sooner we are off this rock, the better.
Every generation has that one game. That one game that comes along and blows everyone's nipples off with its pretty graphics. Crysis was that game in the 7th generation. Crysis is so beautiful, in fact, that it still gives modern PCs a run for their money when it comes to squeezing out all the graphics. To this day, people will still ask, aye, but can it run Crysis? The upside to this is that Crysis did sell really well, and reviewed decently too. It actually rode the wave of drill flowing from the mouths of gamers and did very well for itself. The downside is that people tend to see it as a bit of a shallow tech demo. But what if I told you that Crysis was actually the full package? A game that has stunning visuals and technology and also gives you an interesting story and engaging as fuck gameplay. Crysis starts off with you skydiving into territory held by the North Koreans where an alien artifact has been discovered. Your team, obviously, gets split up and you need to make your way across the island fighting poor outmatched Koreans and finding out what exactly they dug out of all the alien debris. So far so pedestrian, right? Shooting at foreigners is hardly new ground for first-person shooters, but Crysis does add a nice wee twist in the nanosuits that you and your mates have dropped in wearing. Doubling as sexy skin-tight catsuits, these nanosuits come with a suite of functions to help you massacre Koreans with even greater efficiency than ever. You can use armour mode to deflect bullets, you can switch to speed mode to close distance, you can turn invisible to sneak around, and you can use strength mode to pick up people and throw them into the stratosphere. It's a pretty simple concept, but it's really engaging, and mixing all your suit abilities together is as rewarding as you'd imagine. It's a joy to sneak into a group of enemies, switch to strength mode and throw one off a cliff, before switching back to armour and machine gunning the rest of them to death at point blank. That's just one example, and there are plenty of other possibilities. Plenty of other enemies too, as you'll find out when the aliens get fed up being excavated and turn up to ruin everyone's shit on both sides of the argument. And the famous visuals really do help the experience in more than just looking nice. There's a point in the game where you'll find yourself navigating a gravity-challenged alien ship, and the lighting effects mixed with certain enemy behaviours will have you on the edge of your seat until you find a way out. The aliens come off as appropriately otherworldly and definitely trigger that part of your brain that screams nope when you see a spider out the corner of your eye. There's a lot of life to the human characters too. The cast is mostly stereotypical gung-ho America types, the English dude notwithstanding, but thanks to the visual design and excellent animations they come off as very believable. You might even get to like them after you've put a few hours in. The voice acting does a good job of being able to bring them to life too, with the grizzly voiced Englishman, Psycho, being a standout.
No, we're here.
They won't even know what hit them.
He's also the only character who shows emotions other than terror, so that might be cheating on his part. The world of Crysis is still stunning and puts most modern titles to shame. Trees and bushes shake realistically when grenades go off, leaves move believably when you walk through them, gunfire can slice through trees and make them fall, potentially crushing bad guys or good guys. The makeshift huts and shacks that the Koreans have cobbled together are destructible, and send pieces of debris and sheet metal across the battlefield when something explodey rolls into them, or when you turn on strength mode and throw a career into one of them. The world just feels very tangible and real. Almost all vehicles can be driven, assuming they still have wheels. Each enemy outpost has an armory that you can raid to get extra killing aids. The whole thing just feels right, and while that owes a lot to the graphics being so bloody good, it's also a matter of art style and design, and really good AI programming. Sometimes it has that old CryEngine issue where every enemy within 100 yards instantly knows exactly where you are the moment one of their mates catches a glimpse of your heel sticking out from behind a box, but most of the time they'll act as a group. They'll communicate with each other and make plans to try and flush you out. They'll throw grenades, they flank around behind you, they run and take up unmanned machine gun positions. They're just interesting and enjoyable to go up against. I even really appreciated how, when you miss a silenced shot on an unaware guard, he'll spin around and look at where the shot hit, instead of magically knowing where the shot came from. When the AI is at its best, it reaches fear levels of brilliance. It says a lot about the enemy design and intelligence that the game's hardest difficulty makes all the enemies speak only in Korean, so you can't understand what they're saying to each other to know what they're about to do. Unless you speak Korean, I suppose. And in a sick sort of way, that makes it all the more rewarding to sneak up on one, grab him by the throat and throw him off a bridge, or into the rest of his squad. Crysis' best moments come during the times when you do lose yourself in the game and find yourself slowly stalking through the woods, disappearing patrols one man at a time. It doesn't have the refined stealth mechanics of Crysis 2 or 3, but it's still at heart a stealth title. But while following someone round a corner and depriving them of their life is fun, breaking rules is even more fun. Driving a C4 laden jeep into an enemy stronghold before leaping out and pushing the detonator is made all the more fun by the knowledge that the developers had quiet sabotage in mind. And that's a good summary of Crysis. Everyone thinks of it as this gorgeous but boring tech demo, but in reality, it's a speeding car full of explosives and nanobots.
I wasted my time when I would try, cause when the lights have lost their glow, you cry.